Hello to you, Anissa. So tell us a bit more about the visit and what's on the agenda of the Venezuelan president.
Well, as far as we know, this is going to be a hasty visit here in Orenburg with the Russian president, just a couple of hours. According to schedule, the two leaders will sit down for about an hour for talks, and then they are going to sit down to sign some kind of an accord. Now, that could be that deal that you've just mentioned. There are rumors that the two could perhaps secure a deal in which Russia would lend out around $1 billion in order for Venezuela to buy Russian arms. Of course, it is known that Hugo Chavez is a fan of Russian weapons in the past. In fact, since 2003, the country has racked up bills of more than $4 billion. So that could happen. But of course, the two are also going to discuss other spheres of cooperation in which they work on. Here is what the Venezuelan president had to say upon arrival here in Orenburg.
Venezuela's new foreign relations show the principle of our independence. We are not controlled by any world superpower that would limit us from establishing friendly relations and cooperation. This is a sign that our economy and politics are complementary, as well as a recognition of the need for a multipolar world.
Now, that idea, of course, of a multipolar world is something we've heard Chavez speak about, but also the Russian president. Both presidents basically very much like the idea of this concept, and they do support it. And it's, of course, something that it's expected they will discuss as well. It's something they talked about at their first meeting back in July, in which the two presidents did hit it off. But, of course, Chavez, even though this is a brief visit, he couldn't come to Russia and not stop by to see an old friend. Here's Alexandra Karshanitskaya.
On his way for talks with Medvedev, Chavez couldn't resist an opportunity to come by Moscow. He met Putin 2 months ago, but couldn't get enough. He might now. Rumors have it he will get a $1 billion loan from the Kremlin to secure an arms deal with Russia. Military trade remains a major aspect of cooperation between Moscow and Caracas. To Chavez's delight, Russian bombers spent a week of maneuvers in Venezuela, while the U.S. Navy were cruising the waters of the Black Sea. Now the Russian fleet is heading to America's doorstep. The nuclear-powered Peter the Great cruiser, an anti-submarine ship, and 2 support vessels are now preparing to cross the Atlantic. Russian Navy says no politics involved.
We are not going to demonstrate any aggressive intentions. The fleet has always been and will remain a deterrent.
Russian companies are eager to build their economic presence in the region. Gazprom is one of them.
We have new opportunities opening in the economic sphere. These include energy, high-tech, mechanical engineering, and petrochemical sectors. Also, we are willing to consider the possibility of cooperation in the sphere of peaceful applications for nuclear power. I'm also pleased to announce that in late October, Gazprom will launch its first drilling platform in the Gulf of Venezuela.
And Chavez seems in a hurry to get down to business.
I think that today, like never before, what you were saying about the multipolar world is becoming a reality. Let's not waste time.
It was a late visit, but for Chavez, it's never too late to come to Russia. His next stop is in Orenburg for talks with Russian President Dmitry Medvedev. Alexandra Kasharnitskaya, RT, Moscow.
Of course, that meeting that Alexandra was talking about is about to start here in Orenburg. And it's said that, of course, ties between the two countries are at their strongest, and both presidents have stressed, it's likely they'll repeat it today, that they want to see those ties grow even further.
All right, Anise, thanks very much indeed for this. And as usual, we'll be crossing back to you for more updates on that one.